Mr. Ambassador, how the unsolved murder of Mr. Bitići brothers, reflecting on the relation between U.S. and Serbia?
Well, it's obviously a burden for the Bitići family, but it's also a burden for our bilateral relationship. And I think it would be for any country. When 3 of our citizens were arrested by the Serbian police, handed over from one unit of police to another, and then found out back with their hands tied and executed gangland style, someone is responsible, and it defies logic to be told that no one saw anything and no one knows anything.
It is thought that the United States carried out diplomacy pressure to Serbia because of this case. Is that true?
I don't think that's the case at all. In fact, I think that every successive government has told us that they are interested in investigating this case, and we have told them that we are ready to cooperate and work with them on it.
And do you find that local authorities are committed enough to resolving?
You know, Americans are very result-oriented people, and in the end, the real question is, has justice been done? Have the people responsible for the murder of these 3 young men been found and been convicted? And the answer is no. So am I satisfied? No.
Okay, and what's your expectation? What's expectation from Serbia?
My expectation is that the Serbian government would continue to pursue this case, would move forward, and would prosecute it with all of the tools at their disposal. As I said, to me it's inconceivable that no one saw anything and no one knows anything. I understand that this is a police unit and that solidarity among policemen is very common. It happens in the United States as well. But there are administrative measures at the very least that should be taken, and I find it very difficult to understand that nothing has happened to any of the members of that group, and that in fact the leader of that unit is now in a position on the executive board of the leading party in this country.
And we're talking now about Bitići murder's case, but what about the other cases? The many people are murdered in that time.
Well, I think in fact, if this is a burden on the Bitići family and a burden on American relations with Serbia, first and foremost, it should be a burden for the Serbian people, because it reflects a wider problem, a problem in which the people see their authorities, who they trust to enforce rule of law, in fact acting with impunity.
You didn't make a pressure, but did you talk to our government about prosecution of war crimes at all, not only Bitići case?
Well, first and foremost, we must remember the Bitići case was after war. This is not a war crime. This was a brutal murder of people who were in the hands and in the custody of Serbian authorities. But yes, we continue our dialogue with Serbia. We expect full cooperation with the International Tribunal, and Serbia has committed to do so. So we continue to work with them on these issues.
And what about that case, continue investigation in the United States? Do you have Bitići brothers case, murder of Bitići brothers case?
Well, it's very difficult for us to investigate a case when in fact all of the facts, all of the players, all of the evidence is here. We have offered the support of the FBI. We have offered the support of our Department of Justice. We have reviewed the evidence which the Serbian authorities have collected until now. But in the end, the burden is on the Serbian judicial system to do its duty to the Serbian people.